Hello Libra, here to do your November reading. I'm going to do things a little different for you. I always talk about using intuition, so I have to practice what I preach. I'm going to read from the Rumi Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. These are mostly about love, and how does Libra connect with love? Well, your sign is in Venus, for a start. I'm glad we're doing yours today, considering the election and that we're all still have it heavily on our mind because we don't have the results yet. Libra is about justice, law, doing what's right, and there's a lot of talk about using the courts and things like that, so seems like perfect timing. Okay, I'm going to read number 22. Maybe that means something to you. 2-2. Or you could say 2 and 2 is 4. This one I'm going to read just a little part from here. And then I'll probably turn a page and read a little more. Anyway, here we go. The lion and the deer. When you enter the garden of the heart, you become fragrant like the rose. When you fly towards heaven, you become graceful like the angel. If you get burned like oil, you become brilliant. When you become thin like hair and yearning, your joy leads the way. The next page. There's more to that. I suggest you get the book. It's fantastic. Hello, my old friend. Do you remember me? We are the oldest of friends, ancient soulmates we are, acquainted over many lifetimes past and through many lessons learned together in the school of love. So here we meet again, in this advanced spiritual training of the human experience with the earth as our classroom. The moment is upon us to leave behind what we once known and to open up the great mystery of life again. Our souls leapt from the divine oneness through the river of forgetfulness, and now dive into a body and a life. What a journey that leap begins. Okay, pretty cool. I love that stuff. So we're going to roll dice to get your pieces today. If you haven't been here, I'll explain it to you as we go. I have these cards here to remind us we're going to use cards later, either these or oracle cards. So what we do is we roll the dice. So this would be 13 upright, because this dice here, the square one, dictates whether it's upright or in reverse. Reverses are odd numbers, even numbers are upright. So I was wrong, this is 13 in reverse. No, 12 in reverse. You could always skip this if you've seen it before, if you're not interested in this part. 45 in reverse. I don't have any idea what these numbers mean at this point. I have to go to the boxes and pick them out. When they're put in the boxes, they're put randomly. Oh man, we keep getting reversals again. 22, which is what we read out of the Rumi kit. Reverse. 22 reverse. Complained in the previous video that I'm kind of getting tired of all these reversals. Then again, that's what comes out. I will say that most readings end up on a positive note though. Another one, that 3 come out every time. 54 reverse. Before you get too bummed, not all reversals are bad. Sometimes they turn bad cards into nice cards. Okay, here's an upright. Wow, 44 upright. Check out what 44 means. Good number. Okay, so, this piece here that I have for us to look at while I did this whole spiel is justice itself. I'll show you a little closer what it looks like. This is about, when I thought about justice, I thought about the nuns when I was a kid. This is how they dealt out justice in the classroom. It's like a myth that it happened, but I've seen it happen. One time one of the sisters was mad at us and made us hit her on the hand with a ruler. We all did it. I was reluctant, but I can't say I got any pleasure out of it. So is she saying she didn't get any pleasure out of it? Okay. Let's see what we get. I'll be back with the pieces and we'll do your reading. Okay, we're back with your pieces. The reason I love doing this is I'm so interested to see what will pop out. I guess I'm more curious than I thought I was. Every time it's different. One piece next to another, like musical notes next to another. Each one makes a different song. And I encourage you to use your eyes, come up with your own story. Forget about tarot, forget about everything. Just take a look. Some might be obvious as related to tarot, others aren't. I try to look at them with fresh eyes myself, use my intuition, factor in how I'm feeling. So you could stop the video for a little while if you want, and but I'll continue on with the reading, starting going by each piece individually, and then come back and do a quick summary. A few things I see right away. Well, I'll go over them first, okay. 9 of Cups is on the bottom left. That's Pisces, the moon. It's about abundance, contentment. But I have to remind you, everything here is in reverse except the last piece in the top right, which is, and that's why I put the little U there to remind us it's the only upright piece. Okay, so since it's in reverse, it's kind of like the ego's out of balance. Could even be vanity or conceit. Of course, all these can relate to you, your person, somebody in your family, maybe a close friend. Somebody's in your energy that's on your mind, and it could be you. Gender doesn't matter in any of these. The second piece in the center is, with the lion and the woman, is strength. That's Leo. It's a major arcana. We have 2 major arcana here, by the way. Strength is pretty much what it says it is, but in reverse, it signals it's a good time to slow down. Maybe not take any serious decisions right now. Can't help but to think about the election. You have the Emperor in the back there, which is about authority, and then you have strength. I think a lot of us are kind of stressed out right now. We need the strength to keep going without it interfering in our lives too much. Strength in reverse could also mean someone who's acting out of character. That's a red flag, and we should take a look at that. The third piece, with the head and the heart on a seesaw, that's you. That's your piece, the 2 of Swords. Libra, September 23rd to October 2nd, or your more exacting dates, and that's Venus. So it could have love involved, and that's why I have the heart there for one reason. It's like making a decision, and upright's about making a decision back and forth, head over heart, because it's an air sign, has to do with what's in our head. You know best. You know how you feel, maybe you do or you don't about the person on your mind. It's a 2. It's kind of like more at the beginning of a journey or a situation. Ace is first, then comes 2. If you hear a weird sound in the back, that's my neighbor's washer or dryer or something gurgling. It's not my stomach. In the back, like I said, that's the Emperor, the crown. That's another fire sign. You have both majors here are both fire. And you also have 2 9s. So it feels like whatever this is, we're moving through it fast, because fire, if you take timing into consideration as an element, fire's the fastest. So, Emperor, you have a powerful person in your life, probably, who you know, or it could be in the future. It's an authority figure, possibly, but it's about an authority figure abusing power. Does that sound familiar? But it also could be about emotions, that they're out of balance. Balance comes up in here a couple times because we have the seesaw. That's all about balance, of course. And now we have the Emperor in reverse. The last piece, the back corner, that's a spaceship. That's the 9 of Pentacles, upright. Yay. So 9 of Pentacles upright's a great card, great piece, in this case. It means, you've come a long way. A 9 starts with a 1, we're all the way to 9. It shows great progress on something. You only have 1 more to go to get the 10 of Pentacles, which is the Bliss card. If I had to use one word, I would use the word independence. This is a person who has everything, except that one last pentacle, which could be love. A lot of times, when we focus on pentacles too much, they get in the way of our emotions, and love might be put on a back burner. It's not a good thing. Again, we need balance. It's funny, when I said the word independence, kind of thought of Independence Hall, or, oh yeah, the Declaration of Independence, both about Philadelphia, where battles going on now for our independence, for justice. And that's, I don't think I mentioned that this piece is Virgo, earth sign. So we have earth, air, water, and fire. Okay, I think I'm going to kind of sum this up and give you my impressions. See if they align with yours or maybe with what we read in the beginning. I get the feeling it's important to try to stay calm right now. I'm speaking to myself here too, probably. Balance. It's been coming up a lot in my readings, all my readings for all the elements. We should always be striving for balance every day, of course. It's not easy. Things happen in the outside world, even internally sometimes, and we get triggered, we don't even know why. We have to be strong and stand up against authority if they're abusing their power. Their power comes from us in the first place. We give it to them. Again, it could be a person, a thing, the matrix, or it could be our emotions. And we have strength in the front, and we have the emperor in the back, which led me to talk about those things. So I look at all the pieces. I see humans and animal and inanimate objects, cups and numbers and numbers. I didn't think about numbers. Yeah, that could refer to the election too. And we're almost at the end here. We're at 9. Then I look at an emperor, which is again is authority. And the last thing I see is the spaceship, which makes me think of the future. I mean, the lion, I just thought of this. The poem in the beginning was called The Lion and the Deer. The lion is about strength. So with the strength, that should help us overcome our fears. Now, of course, there's some here in reverse, but that doesn't mean, it could actually mean that that's what we need to move towards, that we're a little in deficit or something, to fill up our reservoir a bit. And I look at the Two of Swords, and when I talk about fear, I see fear there, confusion, imbalance. If I refer back to the piece I read, The Lion and the Deer, it says, if we do face our fears, we'll become brilliant, joyful, and become like a fragrant rose when you enter the garden of your heart, which is love. I'm thinking now we could move on. Yeah, we can look at some cards here, maybe clarify a couple things. And it's funny, I look on the table in front of me and I see the card Justice, your card, facing me from the deck. Here it is. Daughter of the Lord of Truth. So I guess that's a clear enough sign I should be using that deck. I already pre-shuffled. I will shuffle again to try to get a popper here for us. And I'll move the camera a bit. Maybe I can get in here a little. These pieces are smaller than you think. It's hard, it's why it's hard for me to get in here. Yeah, I can't. See, I hit the camera already. Well, you saw that, right? Huh? It's a few too many. See the Princess of Swords sticking out. That's air. Keep going. Okay, we got one. Knocked over a 9. We got the Princess of Wands, or the Princess of the Shining Flame. I'll think of these as clarifying the whole spread here. Get one more to clarify the spread for Libra. Princess of Wands, that's a good one. More hot fire sign. Somebody could be dealing with fire sign. Air and fire seem to be good matches. But the Seven of Swords popped out. More swords. So we got fire next to swords. I was just saying maybe there's a fire sign involved. Sitting right next to each other here. And they're both upright. So we'll start with the Princess of Wands. Definitely a card about moving forward, moving from a state of being stuck into one of action. It's like either, say you have a relationship, it could be breathing new life into that. And we could do that by manifesting, thinking about it, sending out good vibes. Could be about grounding our passions and desires, and somehow we need to get them into reality. It's also about being playful, which after a lot of heavy energy and being stuck for a while, probably need to be playful to return balance to our lives. Have plenty of energy here, so we're definitely on the right track. Could also be about creativity and bringing that into reality. A lot of us have ideas, but bringing them into reality is a different story. Then we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is that card you always see, somebody kind of sneaking away, they have swords in their hand. It's definitely about deception, manipulation, and because it's of air energy, could be about doing that with words, using confusing speech, misrepresentations, saying one thing meaning another, maybe not saying things, holding back information. Could be about, a lot of people think of this as the gossip card. Could also be put in the context of politics. There's a lot of rhetoric going around, and people are doing everything they can to put the other side at a disadvantage. And it could be about work. Good example there would be somebody at the workplace taking credit for something they don't deserve to take credit for. Of course, these could be you, could be somebody else. Guess that's not unusual in the workplace, right? But we have fire and air, both the quickest of the elements. So whatever this is, we need to take care of it. Probably should do it quickly, but we can't just let it go without dealing with it. Okay, I think I'll leave it there. We already did the Rumi. I think we covered it pretty good here. Okay, thanks for coming. Great spending time with you, Libra. Hope you come back again. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Love y'all.